I often wonder why some people think the universe is dead and just like this large mechanistic machine. To me, it just doesn't seem dead. I see everything has consciousness. The whole universe literally is consciousness. That's what everything is made out of. So how anyone could think it was just like this dead cold machine is beyond me. I mean, I get it. They see like this expansive void of nothing with all these little stars and planets all kind of out uh, doing their own thing for whatever reason that they don't understand. But there's a lot more going on. It's all deserts teeming with life. The universe is alive. They say religion is for people afraid to go to hell, and spirituality is for people who have already been there. Well, if you don't understand that, what it means is that when you realize that there's some dark forces that run this world, and you realize that things just keep going on anyway, and people are living their lives, and it depends on what you want to focus on. You want to focus on the dark shit, or you want to focus on positive and uplifting and the light. I mean, it's all there. It's all there for the taking. It's all there for the pondering. But it's all a matter of what you want to focus on. Quite frankly, none of it would exist without all of it. And you need the dark to have the light. You need the light to have the dark. It's the dark that ultimately pushes us to keep going and to grow and evolve. Without that, everything would just be static, and nothing would even exist really. And but the whole universe itself is alive. For anyone just to think that like there's like some benefactor, some gray old gray haired bearded dude in the sky, I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't at all. Um, like we're made in God's image. Do you think that God looks like a person? Because think that's I think that's a total misunderstanding of it. It's kind of childish, really. I mean, ultimately, God is so magnificent. Uh, we're made in God's image because literally God is everything. I mean, everything from the dirt and the planets and all this beautiful cactus all around me. Anything conscious, especially human beings, anything with an evolved consciousness, it's God and is experiencing itself from the inside out. This whole universe literally is God. Someone once told me that they said that the universe is dead. It was just like this mechanistic machine, and to them, it made them feel incredibly sad. Because it made them feel like they're all alone, like they're just one little like 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 what's the fucking point? But I mean, the point is to grow and evolve. God couldn't possibly know itself without having something, without having things around it to explore itself, to compare and contrast. That's really why the darkness is here, is for contrast. Well, if nothing existed except for one person and a lot of empty space, uh, how would that person ever know he was a person? I mean, how would that person ever know what anything was, because there was nothing to compare it to? I mean, that's ultimately what this is all about. So it's about learning and knowing who we are as human beings, and just as God, as this God in flesh. I mean, that's what we all are. We're all God. We're all different aspects of one consciousness. And as far as hell goes, I mean, for anyone, for God to send anyone to allow, not even just to send, it was ultimately the devil is sending him there, right? But God's allowing it. So I mean, it's so fucking sinister. How anyone could think that? I don't think God's sinister like that. I don't. Though if he was, I'd just be assuming chilling the devil because I don't have fucking respect for some guy that was gonna fucking torture someone for all eternity for some stupid shit they did here on Earth. That just seems retarded and really, really mean. Anyway, I think God loves us, all of his children. I love this desert. It's one of my favorite places. Been coming here since I was a kid. Actually, I used to live right next to it. And all these little trails were made by us when we were kids, riding bikes and quads, stuff around here. It was a lot of fun. That's why this desert means a lot to me. And recently, whoever is the owner of this property actually donated it to the Tucson or Arizona Parks and Recs Department and made it a permanent desert reserve. So that really, really warms my heart quite a bit because there's this big stretch of property out here by Cortero and Thornydale. If you don't know where I'm at, is really sentimental to me. It really means a lot, and it really always makes me feel at home. It gives me a sense of always gives me just a sense of the spiritual of connection of I feel like I am connected with my creator when I'm out in nature, especially when I'm out by myself, no distractions. It's just really peaceful. You can listen to the birds. But anyway, back to God. Uh, 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 I don't know. I don't know about y'all. I really feel bad for the people that honestly think that they think they're gonna go to hell for any fucking thing to do here on Earth. I mean, honestly, you're not gonna burn for eternity. That's just silly. That's fucking childish. I don't even know what to say. I'm not trying to be mean and condescending, talk shit. I really don't care. Think that if you will. I just feel bad for people that grew up with that or whatever. I feel bad for anyone that honestly believes that and it fucking makes them lose sleep at night or whatever, stresses them out. They think whatever. I don't know. It's all learning. That's why we're here. We're here to learn and grow. And you don't learn and grow unless you make mistakes. And you finally get it pounded in your head that you need to do something different. You know, that's how you learn. And you learn through friction, through things not being always so pleasant or so preferred. But without that, then what would be the point? I mean, it's the evolution of consciousness. It's God learning, evolving, and learning and growing and knowing itself and what it is and all it's capable of, all the beauty, uh, all the beauty and all the heartache, and all of it. Definitely recommend this spot though. It's by Cortera and Thornydale, just on the other side of where they just built that car wash. If you know the northwest side, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you have to come up here. I don't know, but you should definitely come over here and take advantage of this beautiful place. Well, I mean, take advantage of it, but you know what I'm saying, and enjoy it. Don't wreck it. But I am gonna make a commitment to you, to myself, that I'm gonna believe in myself more and put together ideas, or I can cohesively talk to you, talk to the camera, because I'm not used to talking for this long. I don't really. I'll have to talk about the Hermetic Principles next time or sometime soon. I made some art on that. I'm an artist. I need to start making videos more on my art, but more on these concepts, on metaphysics and stuff, on what my art's about. So I don't want to teach you fucking Photoshop. Most of you don't want to learn Photoshop, and I'm not trying to make this a channel on Photoshop tutorials because I think it's kind of boring, or just not really what I'm interested in talking about. I'd rather talk about spirituality and from a man's perspective, and basically being spiritual and being manly, or being masculine in your spirituality. And I think that's a little bit more interesting. I haven't not ventured down this way yet, so I think I'm gonna check this out. Check out this trunk. It's like it's got a big old penis. Right? It's hung like a horse, hung like a saguaro. Anyway, God is in the rocks, God is in the soil, God is in the skies and the air, God is you, God is me. Anything that's conscious is God here to experience itself from a conscious perspective, though everything is conscious, really. I mean, everything seems like it's dead, it's inert, but really, if you know anything about quantum physics, the double slit experiment, the infamous double slit experiment, which is probably the most famous quantum physics experiment, that everything exists in both two states of being. The first, relative to what's easiest to explain, would be the particles. What's first really relative to existence is waves. But anyway, everything exists in two states of being, as physical particles and as waves of potentiality. And the moment that we observe, anything, it just fucking it just appears. I mean, if no one was in this desert observing it, if the tree fell in the forest in the desert and no one was there to hear it, would it make a noise? No, it fucking wouldn't, because it wouldn't even be there in the first place. It would only exist as waves of potential. It wouldn't actually exist in the physical form that we know it as, until there is a conscious being there to observe it as such. But having said that, what about the ants? What about all the little creatures of the forest, of the desert? It seems to me that as long as there is an ant there, the tree exists, because the ant's experiencing it. It doesn't necessarily have to be a human being. It's more just a metaphor. And so, ultimately, on planet Earth, there's always some existence, right? But what about the moon? There's nothing on the moon. If no one was looking at the moon wouldn't exist. Not in the physical form that we perceive it as. The moon would only exist as waves of potential. Same thing with all the other planets and stuff out there. When no one's observing it, it doesn't really exist in the way that we think it does. Ultimately, everything is alive. And the moment that we observe it is the moment that it exists as it does. Or at least certainly from our vantage point. Oh, it is beautiful out here. It does feel good anyway, even if this video kind of sucks, because it's just me droning on about things with no clear-cut agenda other than to say that religion is bullshit and that God is everything and everywhere, and I truly feel for you if you think that you're gonna go to hell for anything and that's like keeping you up at night or something, because this is fucked up, man. That people fucking still perpetuate that shit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, whatever, you know. The thing is, it's not my place to try to convince you that you're wrong or try to make you believe differently. I mean, I can only say what I feel from my perspective and the things I've been through and experienced, and maybe you'll connect on that. And that's about all I can really do. That's kind of something I've realized. Definitely a lesson that I've realized right there is not to play savior, not to play martyr, not to not to battle with people over differences in beliefs of such, because no fucking point. We're all on our own journey. We all have our own lessons to learn and relearn, and keep coming back to the same old dusty planet until you learn whatever your soul's here, until you finally fucking get it. Every fucking lesson, every time you come back, you just come back and you learn more shit, and that's the whole point of it, I guess. Um, so yes, I mean, I believe in reincarnation. I don't see any other possible thing for it. I don't think any soul could learn all the lessons they need to learn in one lifetime. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Um, I don't know. And maybe neither exists for all I know. I mean, you could just die and then you could go back to source, and that could be the end of it, I guess. But then again, uh, what's the point? I mean, ultimately, it's the point is ultimately to you start off. A soul starts off being freshly divided from source, and it grows and evolves and knows itself more and more and more, and then I guess merges back with source. I mean, I don't know if anyone really knows all the in and outs, but there's um there's definitely something to that as far as splitting off and then re-merging back with source. And as far as from a conscientious kind of perspective, obviously we're all in and a part of source because everything is a hologram. I mean, the whole thing, like I said, the God is everything. God is all. Uh, Ultimately, everything is consciousness. That is the basis of all matter. If you really think about what consciousness really is, it's thought. Everything is thought. The first principle, first hermetic principle, the principle of mentalism. All is mind. The universe is mental. This whole entire universe is the mind of God, and that's all God is. This is like a giant mind. I mean, it's not exactly physically tangible like a brain. I mean, not everything has to be physical, but that's ultimately what it is. So we're all inside and part of the mind of God, and it should make you feel incredibly loved to know that you're not you're not in someone else's imagination, and you're not just like some physical speck that's gonna die and then gonna get tortured because you fucked up somewhere. Because we all fuck up somewhere, and uh, but everything uh, literally is God.